with calisthenics together. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask them, type them in the comments below. But it's all about raising the bar. So this is the place I go to solve my problems. Years ago, I used to go to an actual bar, drink alcohol, and try to numb myself. And once I found fitness, that became the remedy, that became the medicine. So we'll get a workout together. If anybody starts to tune in, let me know. Leave some comments below. I'll be sure to answer any questions you have. But here's a little bit of my routine. I like to start, and I like to do these behind the neck pull-ups first. Get the shoulders going, get the traps going. The beauty of calisthenics is you can do them anywhere. As long as you have something to pull up to, pull-ups become super essential. As long as you have pull-ups, you have dips, you have push-ups, you have body weight squats, that's all you really need to get in shape. You really don't need crazy fancy equipment. You don't have to drive a half hour, an hour away to go to a gym. You could literally just get a setup like this. So this particular one was on Amazon. It's less than $100. That's it. That's all you need. So you just have this piece of equipment, and then sometimes I'll get a full workout out here. Sometimes I'll just come out to clear my head real quick, get a couple of sets. But I'm gonna come back here, palms facing us. And we get some nice chin-ups. This is how you build the biceps on the bar. You don't have to do curls. You can do curls, but this is one of my favorite exercises to do. And over the years, I'm not going to say that I have not built my body by going to the gym as well. It's important to lift heavy, to try that out sometimes, but 80% of my workouts are just calisthenic based. That's all you need. You don't need any extra weights. You can do dips, you can do pull-ups, you can do push-ups. And actually, it's better because if you don't start there first, what's going to happen is this is real strength, because you're going to get to a point you could start counting. So if you know, hey, I'm only able to get 3 of them today, you start to keep making progress until you get 5. And then when 5 becomes too easy, you try to aim for 8. You try to aim for 10. Once that becomes easy, you now do sets. You do maybe 1, 2, 3, 5 rounds of 10 reps. And that is how you progressively overload for calisthenics. Same thing with dips. Now, if that gets too easy for you, then next step, you get a weighted belt. Tie a kettlebell on there. How's it going? Thank you for tuning in. Yeah, not necessarily a bodybuilder. I don't compete. I don't step on stage. Fitness for me is more so for my mind. Basically a challenge. My life was not so great over a decade ago. Got in a lot of trouble. Used to be doing a lot of partying, a lot of clubbing, and solving my problems through drinking and substances. And fitness has become my medicine. So it's not really about bodybuilding to me. It's more about keeping myself on the right track. But yeah, we'll continue to work out while we're here. But yeah, there's variations you can do. So that way it becomes fun. So you could do these little rocking dips. You could put both feet together and come down. Sometimes I like to do these side ones. You can hit the chest a little differently. Sometimes I like to do these little kicks to shoulders, abs. There's a lot you could do just off a simple piece of equipment like this. I'm originally from New York. I'm now in the Poconos. I'm in Pennsylvania. So I'm up in the mountains. But yeah, I'm a Queens native, born and raised New York City. Once again, we can come back here. And if you want, you could do close grip. And that'll be great for the shoulders, the biceps. And the beauty of this is you don't need to spend hours doing this type of workout. You can literally do this for like 15 minutes, 20 minutes, and that's all you need. As long as you're eating good. USA, oh, from India. Nice to meet you. That is fantastic. Wow, beautiful. Amazing. Yeah, it is bright and sunny here. You're on the other side of the world. So, yes, ready to go to sleep. Hope you're getting good sleep tonight. You want 7 to 8 hours of nice, steady, good sleep. That way you could recover. You could wake up and you could have a positive day the next day. What part of India? Oh, wow, 12 a.m. What part of India are you in? And I don't know where you're from exactly, but I do love some good Indian food. Tikka masala is great. Korma is one of my absolute favorites. Chicken korma. All different type curry goat. That's amazing for me too. Don't know if you're vegetarian or not, but those are some great dishes. And I am a huge fan of medjool dates. So I have a lot of videos where I'll eat medjool dates. I know during Ramadan, some people like to break fast with dates. They're very good. They don't spike your blood sugar. Lots of fiber, lots of potassium. It's nature's candy. Yep. So we'll come out here. And then I'm usually asked, well, how do you work your legs in calisthenics? There's a lot of ways to work your legs. So you can do body weight, squat. You can do somewhat of a lunge. You could even do fancy stuff. So sometimes I'll train to do like a squat with one leg. And what that's doing, you're now putting all the weight on one leg. And so that's a way to progressively overload with just your body. Oh, okay. Out of guru. Last night was crazy and my fingers still stank. All righty. All the best. Were you mixing something with your hands or why do your fingers stink? And we're going to come, we get another set of these. I really love to do wide behind the neck. It's really great for the shoulders. A lot of people have shoulder pain primarily because they don't train their shoulders functionally. So what you'll see is if you go to a gym or even on YouTube, Instagram, you see a lot of guys with the lateral raises, front raises. Those are good. They work. But we need this full range of motion. Our ancestors did not have gyms. They were in nature. They had trees. They were climbing things. They were pushing off of rocks. They were training very functionally. I used to have a lot of injuries and a lot of pain because I trained like a bodybuilder. I thought you had to go to the gym 6 days a week. I thought you had to eat 5 times a day. I thought you had to have all this protein powder and all these protein bars in order to build muscle. And what I found is my philosophy is much different. I actually only work out about 2-3 times a week. And I do a lot of fasting. So I intermittent fast. I'm fasted still. It's 2:48 in the afternoon here. Last meal I had was about 8 o'clock last night. So I'm still fasted. I do that almost every day. And then every 2 weeks on like a Sunday, I'm not fasting at all. I'll do like 3 solid meals. They're usually very clean. I try to do pastured eggs, grass-fed steak, grass-fed beef, sometimes free-range chicken or halal chicken. The whole key is when it comes to your meat and your protein, you want those to be as high quality as possible. Absolutely. Rest in peace, Ozzy and Hogan. Legends, absolute legends. We all know Ozzy's music, Crazy Train, and all those good classics. And what an amazing character, what an amazing performer. And to be able to cross generations for the amount of time that he did. So way back in the day, like my parents' generation still listens to Ozzy. So that is amazing to see. And yes, we are all fans of Hulk Hogan, one of the OGs in wrestling. That's back when wrestling was WWF and not the WWE that it turned into. But if you remember, you remember. Those were the classic days. Him and Macho Man Randy Savage. Yeah, step into a Slim Jim. But now we don't have Slim Jims. We usually use Epic protein bars or some type of primal meat sticks. No additives, no preservatives. Or if you're lucky enough to know somebody that hunts, A lot of these guys will make homemade jerky. Venison is one of the cleanest animals you could eat. They usually don't eat a bunch of bullshit. With that, I guess we could get a body weight squats. And I'm going to show you a cool way to do this. So here's one way. We can do these body weight. I sort of like to throw my arms back and come up. What you can also do is, as you come down, jump. And what that will do, it's now like a plyometric move. That's really going to build strength in your legs. It's going to build leg size, development. I don't do barbell squats. I don't do any stuff like that. It's very simple, using the body. Oh, thank you very much. Well, that is my whole philosophy, is there is so much bullshit online. There's so many fake people and fake influencers, and everyone wants to post a highlight reel. And that's actually why I like to come on lives like this, because it's about helping you guys out as much as possible. Whatever questions you have, whatever I could help with. I'm not perfect by any means. It may look like I'm in good shape now, but there was a time I grew up very chubby and fat. I got picked on as a kid. I got bullied. As I got into my teen years, I started to work out. I didn't know what I was doing, so my body did not look the way it does today. I'm about to be 36 years old, so I'm not going to stand here and say, hey, you can magically get a great result in 12 weeks. 12 weeks may be a good starting point. I've been working out almost 15 years at this point. So it's really to share a truthful message, a real message, and all help each other out. And so, yes, there's always a standard or an ideal we want to chase. And so when I first started to get into lifting, I would look at bodybuilders like Frank Zane, Arnold, all these guys from back in the day, Franco Columbo. And the reason was because that was like, one day I wanted to look like that. And I put that in my mind, and I cut pictures of these guys out, and I had them on my wall as a teenager. And that was the thing that kept me going. That's the thing that still keeps me going. I don't have any aspirations to be a bodybuilder. I don't have any aspirations to get oiled up and get in a Speedo and stand on stage. Nothing wrong with that. I have a lot of friends that do that, but me personally, that's not my journey. Fitness has been more so to keep me out of trouble. I used to have a lot of problems with aggression and fighting, and I was just very emotional as a child and a teenager. And once I found fitness, that became my outlet. Anytime I get upset, anytime I'm having a bad day, I'll do some pull-ups, I'll do some push-ups, and usually in 5-10 minutes, I'm in a much better mood. Also, what it did for me is, by focusing on the goal, whatever your goal is, that's on you. But when we have a goal, it will force us to take better actions. And so what I mean by that is, if we don't know where we're trying to go to, hey, we want to change our body, we want to lose weight, we want to drop a pant size, whatever the case is, once we know that, we can then start taking better actions. And so we can maybe start to work out more. We can go outside for walks. We can get sunshine. Maybe we say, hey, if we're currently eating fast food, maybe if I'm doing it more than one time a week, let me cut down to one time a week. And then from there, hey, maybe you go a couple of weeks without any fast food and see how that goes. And you start to progressively, slowly make changes. And that is how it becomes a lifelong thing, because there's no quick fix. There's no overnight success. And I am a health and fitness coach. I do have a business based off of that. I do work with clients. However, a lot of fitness coaches and health coaches in the industry, they want to tout that, hey, magically, you come in for 10 weeks or 12 weeks, you're going to get super ripped, super shredded. Meanwhile, most of these guys are on steroids. Most of them are on TRT. Most of them are living in the gym. Like, that is their business. That's their lifestyle. They are literally at the gym every day. So I would hope they have phenomenal physiques. But when it comes to regular people like you and me, we just want to get fit. We want to be as strong as we can. We want to be as healthy as we can. We want to be as flexible as we can. And that way it makes things more enjoyable. If you want to go for a hike, you have the energy to do so. You want to go for a walk, you want to run around, play in the playground, play in the park, you want to go kayaking, you want to go, whatever you want to do, it's going to make everything more enjoyable. You came from and trying to get buff so I can push. Absolutely, man. Yeah, 100% pursue the wrestling dreams. But yeah, it's it's been a lifelong thing. I'm not going to say it's always been perfect throughout the years. There's been a couple of times where have fallen off. I've gone into some dark times. Um, I know this platform does get censored, but just to let you know, at 21 years old, I was in such a dark place that I was ready to end my life. Literally put something to my head and was ready to completely take my life. That was the day that changed the rest of my life. I didn't take my life, obviously, that day. And so it gave me a new lease on life. It gave me a new outlook. It wasn't perfect right away. I got in a lot of trouble. I had a lot of dark times. Um, I really had to look at myself in the mirror. There was a lot of people that I caused hurt to. There was a lot of anger I had inside of me. And without getting too deep, that sent like I grew up without a dad in my life at all. I lost my best friend at 16 years old in a tragic car accident. So there was a couple of things that had happened throughout my life that sort of just kept me in a down mood, in a dark mood. And basically at around 21, that's when I started to take my health and fitness serious. That's when I started to really work out more seriously. And then from there, I have not turned back, about to be 36. So it's been a very long time already. But what I will say is that I may still have dark days and I may still have hard times, but those thoughts don't ever cross my mind anymore. And the other thing that has helped me out tremendously is by helping other people. So many years ago, I was super selfish, and that's why my life wasn't working out as well as it should. And then what I did is I got certified as a personal trainer at around that time. I worked in gyms, I helped people. I worked with functional nutrition and blood work. And so I kept getting certifications. I kept up leveling my expertise because this is a lifelong mission to me. It's basically how can I take the thing that transformed my life and give that to other people. So it sort of goes beyond fitness. It goes beyond macros and meal plans, and it's much deeper than that. And that is why my channel is called the Upgraded Man Project. That's why my business is called the Upgraded Man Project. It's all about us leveling up. It's all about us becoming better one day at a time. And that is the main message. So yes, I thank everybody for staying on. But yeah, if you have any questions while I'm still on, I'm probably going to cut this in about 2 minutes or so. I'll be on here for like 20 minutes. But if you have questions, leave a comment below. Let me know. If you're not subscribed to the channel already, you could always subscribe. I have a lot of videos on there about nutrition and training, testosterone, blood work, gut health. Thank you so much. Absolutely. That's what it's about. There's no manual for like how to live life, right? And so we all just learn from each other. We all just help each other out. But yeah, I really appreciate the support. I really appreciate those words. Because that's what it comes down to. It's we're all the same. No one is better than somebody else. We're all the same. It's just we're just trying to get better, right? We want to be the best humans possible. And if there's anything getting in the way of that, then it's our duty to try to remove that and try to make forward progress. But I think you are going to do phenomenal with wrestling. Don't ever lose that dream. Don't ever lose that vision. Keep that burning alive. Because you're going to have ups and downs. I had a vision. I wanted to start my business, right? At around the time that the pandemic happened, I had an office. I had the whole building got shut down. My office had to close. My business took a major hit at that point in time, and I was almost ready to give everything up. And I was like, I kept the vision alive. No, I wanted to do things a certain way. And so no matter how hard things got, I got back on video. I started to help clients again. I started to figure out a different way. And that's part of the reason why I'm online today, because I took what I was doing in person and now I work internationally with clients. So I've helped clients in the UK, Ireland, India, New Zealand, Australia, France, plus a lot of the United States, Florida, Texas, California. And so that is my mission, is to be able to be on platforms like this, to be able to get my message out there, to be able to help other people. And yeah, so thank you for tuning in. Thank you for your support. I can't promise I'll be on here live every day, but any chance I can to come on live, if you're subscribed, you'll see a notification. And then you could always ask any questions you want. And then if you see any of my other videos, if you have a question about anything, just leave a comment below. I answer pretty much every comment I see. And if you are on Instagram, my Instagram is the same thing, Upgraded Man Project. I talk to people in the DMs and messages there. I leave voice notes with all the people. So if you message me on Instagram, you will probably get an actual voice note from me. There is no bots. There is no AI. There's none of this. I think we need less of that in the world, and we need more realness. And that is my message. That's what I'm here to do. But with that said, I do have to get going. It's about 3 p.m. right now. And so I got some things to get done. But with that said, thank you so much for tuning in. And the Mountain Yeti, thank you for your support. I will see you guys on the very next video.